Right now at 6, it is being called the largest legislative tax cut ever proposed in Connecticut. We'll tell you how many taxpayers would see a benefit if it passes.
With Memorial Day weekend around the corner, the state is working to get more lifeguards on the beaches. If you need a job, we're going to share how you can apply.
Also, we'll take a closer look at the cost of housing, what state lawmakers are doing to try to combat those skyrocketing expenses that are just shutting so many of you out of the market completely. All that and more right now at 6 o'clock.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Tuesday morning. As you can see, busy morning here at Fox 61. Yep. We're glad you're with us, America Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Sun coming up on the Hartford City Cam behind us. Let's check on the forecast with meteorologist Matt Scott.
Like that shot.
Yeah,
good morning to you both.
Good morning.
We got the blue memo, sort of like blue suit, blue over there. You got some light blue. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we all checked off the boxes. Although this is very, very dark blue, by the way. Good morning to you after a warm Monday, and boy, it was nice out there, even with the breezes. We've cooled it down a little bit. We're still dry and we're staying dry. That has not changed in the 7-day. Got a taste of summer on the way. Wind flow out of the northeast. We don't have a lot other than some cloud coverage. It is actually partially puffy clouds and partially a little bit of smoke from wildfires up to the north and west. We'll talk about that more coming up. 49 in Hartford and New Haven, 46 in Groton, 50 already Waterbury and Bridgeport. Temperatures kind of in line with what we had yesterday, but we are going to cool it down just a little more. And again, that's mainly due in part to some cloud coverage that's moving in from the west. But temperatures, not bad. Mid-60s. We'll take that later on this afternoon, getting to 67 degrees for a high in Hartford. Here's the bus stop forecast. 49 for the high schoolers now. A little more in the way of cloud coverage, mid-60s as they get off later on this afternoon. Talk about some big numbers and a look at Mother's Day coming up right now. Let's look at the roads, and we get to see the other blue in the corner over there. There's what's your name again? Lauren Zenzi. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. What's your name again?
Sometimes until the second cup of coffee, I have no idea.
That's all right. Sometimes we don't know our first names. You know, you live day by day. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. We do have one crash that we are following. Unfortunately, they have turned the cameras. Hopefully, everybody is okay. We know that this is a motorcycle crash on the southbound side of I-91, right here in the capital city, right after exit 34. Which goes over to Route 159 Windsor Avenue. As we take a look out there, like I said, they have turned the cameras. They say it's in the left-hand lane, so possibly in that median right there. But as of right now, not really impacting the morning commute at all at this time. Let's bring it out into the Waterbury area. We really have been seeing smooth sailing out there on 84. Also, Route 8 in and out of the Mixmaster is looking great this morning. Then let's bring us out to our Hartford drive times. 91, 84, Route 2, all looking good as of right now. Bridgeport to Fairfield, starting to see some heavier volumes start to build. New Haven, 91 looking great. Fairfield, you'll definitely be tapping the brakes on the southbound side of I-95. We'll check in again on the roads coming up at 6:30. For now, Tim and Eric, I'll send things back over to you.
Lauren, thanks so much. All right. Well, today, Governor Ned Lamont is expected to make another push towards lowering tax rates for small businesses and middle-class residents.
Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live at the Capitol this morning on how this might impact you. Brooke, good morning.
Well, good morning to you both. This tax reduction effort has already gained support from both parties. Now, it still needs to be passed, but if it does end up going through, if the Connecticut General Assembly passes that, then the Connecticut residents could end up seeing some sort of relief by next year. Now, this is all part of what is considered the largest legislative tax cut package that's ever been proposed here in the state. It includes a historic reduction of state income tax, restoration of the state's pass-through entity tax credit for business owners, and an increase in the state's earned income tax credit. The Lamont administration estimates the state income tax cut would impact around 64% of taxpayers in the state, saving $444 million altogether if this proposal were to go through. Now, the governor says he is urging the General Assembly to pass this through so that people can look forward to some sort of relief, lawmakers and leaders acknowledging that something does need to change.
We recognize that Connecticut has the dubious distinction of being one of the highest tax burden states in the country, and this is a way long-term to try to change that.
And if Governor Lamont is able to push that through, he will continue to talk about that for the next couple of weeks. And as he talks about it more this afternoon, we will, of course, bring that information to you as well. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much. We'll check back in a bit. Meantime, 6:05, Wookett police need your help looking for a man they say is wanted for a number of charges. 49-year-old Tamer Leary, who police say is armed and dangerous. Here's a good picture here. He is believed to be in the area of Lake George, New York. He's driving a 2020 white Chevy Silverado 1500 with a Connecticut license plate BA51794. Now, once arrested, Leary is going to be held on a $5 million bond. Anyone who sees him is asked to please call police.
Well, a lot of people are mourning the loss of 64-year-old Brian Flint this morning after he died in a car crash in Tolland over the weekend. Flint worked as the deputy director and shelter director at the Cornerstone Foundation in Vernon. That's a nonprofit that helps disadvantaged people. But Flint was also a magician who made people smile and a good family man. That's according to the people who knew him well. And boy, there were a lot of people who knew him.
So everybody knew him, and everybody knew he had a huge heart and that he would help anybody he could.
Again, that's a man who has amassed a legacy, and he didn't do it to build a legacy. That's just what happened.
Just 2 weeks ago, Flint started a new project delivering meals to the elderly. The executive director of Cornerstone hopes that volunteers will come forward to help with this project just to keep it going in his memory. Well, if you or someone you know is still looking for a summer job, the state DEP is still hiring lifeguards for state park beaches, but your time to apply is running out.
Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro is joining us now here in the studio to talk about job details and what people need to do if they're interested.
Erica, Tim, good morning. Yeah, grab the sunscreen, mark those calendars because the deadline to apply that is just 2 days away, this Thursday, May 11th. Now, to fully staff all state parks, DEEP needs to hire between 100 and 110 lifeguards who are going to work around 40 hours a week. So let's talk about the details if you are interested. The pay range to be a lifeguard, that is $19 to $21. DEEP will provide all the training required. This job runs from Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day, and lifeguards work daily shifts from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 5 days a week, with most weekends mandatory. Now, this hiring push, this comes as lifeguard staffing has proved to be a big challenge in recent years, both nationally and locally, and that struggle in large part driven by the pandemic.
What that created was a 1 or 2 year period where there weren't a lot of new lifeguards certified across the country.
Anybody interested in applying must be at least 16 years old, be able to pass state-issued certifications and training skills like swim tests, and also be fluent in English. Now, there are lifeguarding opportunities available in several towns across the state. You can find more information about that, other job details on our website, that is fox61.com. Tim, Erica, back to you.
Angelo, thank you. Well, we got a heads up from the state to keep your heads up when all of you are driving. Be on the lookout for moose. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection said 2 have been spotted in the area of I-84 and Route 8 near Watertown. So when I said keep your head up, I mean literally look up. Officials said they're usually 3 feet taller than deer. And man, they can total a car if you hit one.
Well, happening later today in New Haven, we're expected to learn more about an ongoing effort to change food labels, specifically how ingredients are listed on packaged foods at the grocery store. They're usually on the back. Well, Senator Blumenthal is co-sponsoring a bill in Congress to require the Food and Drug Administration to create a labeling system that would put those ingredients on the front of a food package. The senator's office says the bill would also set new guidelines for what food can be classified as healthy to prevent misleading claims on packaging.